Hello everyone, Chris here with Platinum Reviews. Today I have the newest Platinum review for Ys 9. Now I'm going to let you know ahead of time I've been butchering this name. I've been trying to pronounce it correctly, so if I mispronounce it, I am sorry. I tried. But yeah, this is a Platinum review for Ys 9. If you do not know what a Platinum review is, that is where I get all the trophies in the game. I get that beautiful Platinum and then I review it. That way it's a full review and not some basic review. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Ys 9. A journey that I wasn't expecting to take. An adventure that I wasn't expecting to enjoy. Turned into a game that ticked all the right boxes while making me curious at what other add-all adventures I have missed. Ys 9 is a JRPG and a long running series that I actually never knew about. This is the first game that I played in the series. I wasn't planning on playing it at all until NIS America gave me a review copy. So this review is from a standpoint of someone who hasn't played any of the other ones. I've come to an understanding though that this game is a great entry point, and besides some nods to previous entries, you can easily pick up your adventure at Ys 9 as well. You start your journey as Adol, who's an adventurer that quick stop into the city of Balduke turns into something he was not expecting. I really want to talk about the story more, but like always, I don't like spoiling anything story related. And Ys 9, as a story in whole, is something you should experience on your own. So I will leave it at that. However, there are a few other things that we need to discuss related to the story. Adol gains the power of a monstrum during his stop in Balduke. This unlocks the ability to fight with supernatural ability. It also unlocks unique movement. You are now able to grapple onto objects that you were previously unable to. They were out of reach. You now have these abilities at your disposal, and as you progress in the story, you will obtain new monstrums in your party, which will give you more abilities to use. I will touch base on this awesomeness in just a bit. But you also find out about the mysterious area where you and the other monstrums are tasked with taking down waves and waves of enemies while defending a crystal. What I love so much about the story is there was so much lore and interesting plot points that I was itching to find out what was going on. The characters were so incredibly likable, with some big voice acting talent lending their voices to the roles and absolutely killing it. I love the story, and I hate that it took me so long to play this game. The gameplay. You play as Adol, but you can freely switch between any of your party members to fight and explore the city of Balduke and its surrounding. Ys 9 combines fast paced combat, a huge city to explore in a Metrovania type style, and tower defense into one bundle. What more can you ask for? And most of this works great. Combat is fast paced and smooth. Each character feels different when playing as them, and each of them having about 13 skills to master. As you unlock new party members, you are graced with their Monstrum power. This allows new exploration options, hence the Metrovania reference. You can now explore parts of the city that were previously inaccessible. With hundreds of collectibles, there is a lot to explore too. When you are teleported to defend the crystal that I brought up earlier, you enter a tower defense type gameplay. As you progress in the game, you unlock new towers that can attack enemies, distract them, etc. Granted, I would have liked to be able to freely move around these towers instead of the stationary spots that are pre selected, but it wasn't a huge issue. I never really ran into many issues with the gameplay, minus some wonky camera angles. Everything is really solid. Now, I did have a pretty big issue when trying to grind out some levels in Endgame. There are a few high level enemies that you can kill. Teleport out of the area, teleport back in so the enemies respawn, and then kill again. Keep rinsing and repeating that to gain levels quick. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, the game was like, no, Chris, no. The game would error out and force close about every 4 to 5 times. This made the grind way harder than it needed to be. But I do have some tips to help out with that, so you don't have to even do that at all at the end of this review. So don't worry about that. I got y'all covered. I feel like with JRPGs, music is probably one of the more important features of it. You have some great games out there like Final Fantasy and Persona, and they're so memorable because of how great the music is. And while ES9's music is not to that same level, I found myself bobbing my head, humming along. There was an area when you get transported to the Grimwald Knots to do the tower defense stuff. The music there is so good and so catchy. It's by far my favorite song on the whole game. I loved it, and yeah, the music is really good, just not to the level of some of the other great JRPGs out there. So let's talk about graphics really quick. The graphics in the game aren't bad. They went with more of an animation type style, which isn't necessarily a bad thing for JRPGs. It looks good. The city looks great. The character models look great. My only issue is some of the enemies do look rinse and repeated. Same thing with some of the characters in town, like reskins of other people or reskins of other enemies, which kind of made the models look kind of lackluster at time. But other than that, I had no gripes with the graphics at all. Ys 9 is a game I could easily suggest. From its satisfying combat, interesting story, good music, and just an overall fun adventure. After getting the platinum, I went and purchased two other games that are currently available right now. I'm excited to play these and as many of the games in the series that I can because of this awesome game. Besides the camera, lacking amount of different enemies, and the game crashes, this was a game that I loved almost every minute of. Ys 9 gets a 9 out of 10. The platinum is highly missable. Collectibles aren't missable, except if you have to go to a New Game Plus. If you do have to go to a New Game Plus, I believe you have to collect the collectibles all over again. Journal entries, character entries, side quest, monster entries, pretty much a lot of the entries are all missable. Just make sure to do all the side quests as they become available, and you should be okay. I believe most of them are tied into side quest, but if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I can try and help. I do also suggest looking at a guide online if you are worried about missing any of the trophies, just to make sure you're okay. But like I said, most of them are tied to side quests, so as long as you get those knocked out before continuing with the story, you should be good. Also, do not use any of the level up potions. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head, but there's an item in the game that guarantees you one level. Do not use these. They're very tempting because I used them, but wait until you hit about level 75, 80 and then use them all. If you use them all at once, you will gain levels really quickly and get the trophy instead of having to grind the same enemy over and over again. It'll save you a lot of time and effort. Other than that, though, I would say the platinum difficulty is about a 4 out of 10. The entire journey will take you about 40 to 50 hours if you are going for the platinum. That is it for me, though. Huge shout out to NIS America for providing a review copy of the game. Thank you for introducing me to the series. I look forward to Adol's next adventure. But that is all for me, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It means a ton to me. Thank you guys. I'll catch you on the next video. And as always, keep getting those trophies.